Hello, CNG 125. How are you guys today? Just got done entering the grades and making this video. I wanted to go back to the discussion for last week. Um, Great topics. Network infrastructure and documentation. Um, Such a great thing to discuss and to reflect on because Um, as few people mentioned, this is like the backbone of your system. Um, you got to have good cable management because you want things to be in order in case you have to switch out a broken device. Um, in case of security concerns, you want your wires very neatly organized so you can see if they've been tampered with. If they are like our image here in the week two, um, would you notice if somebody unplugged one and plugged it into somewhere else? Um, What else? Change management. Thank you for bringing that up, David. Um, Having to switch out a device, how do you know what you have if you're not documenting your network? Do you have a 48 port switch? Do you have a 24 port switch? What kind of LAN or WAN connections do they have? As we learned in 124, those of you that took it with me, um, the WAN connection can be um, fiber optics, it can be a copper line, it can be um, what is it? It can be a straight through, it can be a cross through, a gigabyte cross through. There's many different variations of wires, and knowing, drawing an image of that, and passing it off to the next person is a great way to say, hey, look at the job I did. I documented the network. Um, if we are able to hire somebody else, they can come in and be brought up to speed really quickly. With that, um, with the with that, I transition over to this one. Let me see if I can bring that up here. This one here. This is just a network checklist. I threw in a Google search, um, and the search was network infrastructure and documentation checklist. And basically, this one's just like a four-step checklist. No, I don't want to sign up. A four-step checklist, help you verify that you're installing the right material. Are you documenting it? Do you have security in mind? As we learned in 124, you can buy, or actually in 132, if you took 132, protecting network cables, we can put them in, I would say, tamper-resistant moldings to help keep them safe. Fiber optics that travel along I-25, they used to be buried in concrete trenches just to keep that fiber optic from being tampered with easily or ripped up by somebody out there. Connectivity, once again, um, I guess how accessible it is to outside people. And once again, performance. Another great thing to have in your network documentation. Here at the house, I upgraded to a gigabit internet connection. And then when started running a speed test, I only got up to like 67 was my highest speed. And I kept on thinking, why am I getting such a slow downstream speed? Um, and as soon as I plugged in the router, I was like, okay, I can get up to close to a gigabit there. Then I looked at the documentation for my firewall and found out that my firewall is only rated for passing through 50 megabits. So I was getting above that rating, but still bottleneck at that point. Uh, Good job so far. Make sure you keep on working on week three items, um, protocols and routing. The discussion, great topic. Pick a one protocol and explain why you think it's the best. TCP and security. Um, Week three protocols. Thank you, Marcus, Ben, David, and Jacob, for posting early. The internet protocol is where it all begins. Yes, but which internet protocol? We have a few there, Marcus, if you want to go back and highlight that. Is it HTTP? Is it HTTPS? SSH, I SSH into a few cloud servers now and again just to make sure they're functioning correctly, updating them. Many different internet protocols. Make sure to single it down to one, you guys, and just if you need to go out on a limb and pick one, just fire up a Google search and say what is the most important network protocol, and you'll get tons of different answers. Read through those and browse them and pick one. But good work, and I'll let you guys get to the weekend.